Okay, Michelle, we're live.
Okay.
Are you going to speak?
Oh yeah, okay. Hey, so I've made a couple posts on these fuel tabs, and I've had people ask me questions. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring Ethan, who shared this stuff with me. So we're gonna do a quick video, and if anybody has any questions, post them below the video, and we'll try to answer them. Okay. So Ethan, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the big thing, can you explain to me about how they work? Or first, let's explain. There are these little tabs, right? Used to be in a liquid form, but now they come in tabs. So you can just drop them into your gas tank before you get gas, right? And then can you explain to us what they do?
Basically, save you a load of money. That's what it boils down to now, and they have the side effect of cleaning your engine and reducing the toxic fumes coming out of your exhaust. So it's pretty cool. So basically, it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst that improves your fuel's performance by helping it to burn at a lower temperature and burn more completely. Um, as a consequence of burning at a lower temperature and more completely, you get the full amount of energy out of it, and you don't get the carbon deposits, and so you get increased mileage, increased performance, cleaner engine, and as I said, less toxic fumes. It's a crazy thing to not do. In fact, if anyone watches this and decides not to do it, that's going to cost you money. Not doing this is going to cost you money, because this is going to save you money. I just spoke to my brother this morning. He's just started them. I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, I'm not sure exactly when. He's saving 20% on his fuel.
That's amazing.
So 20%. So if you're paying, I don't know, $6 a gallon, right? I'm trying to do this in my head now. 20% is 20, 40, 60, 120. So that's $1.20 per gallon that you'd be saving if you were saving. Now, in fairness, it's the average is 15%. My brother's doing quite nicely at 20%. The average is 15%. So that's basically what it does. It increases your mind. Now, I could go into it if you really want. I can explain it in more detail of how it, the science behind it, or that might be enough for most people.
Well, you say you save that. Can you explain, like you save 15%? Can you explain exactly how it is that you're saving that?
Because you get 15 on average 15% more miles per gallon with whatever fuel you put in. My brother's getting 20%, but some people get us up to 40%, usually on generators rather than cars, because you can use this in any, whether it's diesel or gasoline. I'm English, so we say petrol for gasoline, but it works on either. It can be boat engines, tractor engines, cars, trucks, etc. And it can be high performance vehicles, top end Ferraris and Porsches and all of that. One of the things as well that you can do is, if you're using a premium fuel, you can drop down to regular fuel as long as it's getting the tab in it, and your car will run perfectly on that. And so you can save actually on your fuel as well before you start making the savings on your mileage.
I love that part.
I love
That
that
was
part
like,
because I put premium fuel in my vehicle, and it's enabling me to not have to do that. And it's quite a difference in price.
now one of the things that people are asking, they're concerned about it doing something to their car. They're like, well, I wouldn't put that in my car. They're concerned about what it could do to the car. So can you say anything about that?
The chances of that are very slim. Less than 1 in 10 engines explode. Um, uh,
Okay, you're good.
okay, so listen, this technology has been around since 2009. Okay, it was originally in liquid form. It's only recently they've managed to find a way of putting this technology into a tab, which makes it just so much more convenient to use, and also makes it possible to ship it to the door. And shipment is illegal to send the liquid in planes, which causes a problem. Anyway, so it's been around since 2009. It's been through millions and millions and millions of tanks and vehicles, everything from a little car through to trucks that are worth a couple of million. And there's never been one claim against it, because it can't, all it's doing is improving the quality of your fuel. That's it. So basically what it's doing is your fuel, your diesel or your gasoline is hydrocarbon molecules. After you put this in, it's still hydrocarbon molecules. The only difference is that it makes them uniformly small. So at the what you're putting into your car is the size of the molecules will vary. Some of them, they'll have some smaller ones, it'll have some bigger ones, it'll have some clumps. It's a bit of a mess. And what that means is that when the bigger ones go into the combustion chamber, that provides the heat to burn them and to get the energy from them. Well, the combustion chamber has also got a problem because the heat is not even. So you've got uneven heat, uneven sizes. So if you get some of the bigger molecules going to one of the cooler parts of the combustion chamber, guess what happens? It doesn't burn completely. Okay, now when it doesn't burn completely, the result of that is two things. Number one, you've left energy on the table. It didn't burn, you didn't get the energy out of that thing, that molecule. Okay, so
Waste.
by burning it completely, you get all the energy, which is one of the reasons you get better performance and better miles per gallon. The second thing that happens when you don't burn it completely is you've now got a waste product, right? Something that didn't burn, which we call, the layperson calls carbon deposits. Okay, so these carbon deposits, then what they do is they clunk up the.
Keep talking. I've got to take him to the bathroom. Keep talking.
All right, so the carbon deposits get clunk up the engine. I know that's not very technical language. I'm trying to keep it very, very simple, but the various parts of the engine that meet with the fuel, the injectors and so on. And so that begins to have an effect on the engine's performance. And so the performance goes down and the mileage goes down. So if you can burn your fuel more completely, that doesn't just mean better performance and mileage, it also means cleaner running engine, which means less toxins and less maintenance needed on the engine. So it's a much better way. You're going to get much more out of your fuel, and that can't damage your engine. It's not changing anything into something that it wasn't before. It's just you're going to have more smaller molecules than you have currently, which just makes everything work better. So yeah, it can't damage your engine. And on the other side of it, it's EPA registered. You can't just throw anything. You can't just sell something for people to put in their fuel just haphazard. It has to be approved before you do that, and it's the Environmental Protection Agency that does that approval. Okay, and so this is EPA registered and did take some effort to do that, because usually most things people put in their fuel are fuel additives. They all use the same ingredients, which are basically the same ingredients as fuel. This is not the same. This is a catalyst. It's different. So this was tougher to get EPA registered back in 2009 because it was different ingredients, but it is registered. It's also third-party tested, proving that it reduces on average or increases your mileage on average by 15 miles per gallon for a car, more for some other things. So it's registered, it's approved. It's that people are the corporations are using it in fleet vehicles, in really expensive stuff without any problem. I've got personal friends that are using it in very high-end cars, Lamborghinis and Porsches and all of this. And I have got a couple of friends that have got these high-end that are scared to drop the fuel quality. They want to put their premium in there. They're scared of that, so they carry on with their premium. Some of them have switched to the low grade.
Either way, it'll still save them, though, right?
Oh yeah. So there's two ways to save. The prime way is miles per gallon, but if you're a premium car user, you get that as a double bonus. But there are some people with Lamborghinis and Porsches who are scared because they don't understand. They usually end up doing it down the road, but when they stop, they're like, so they don't get the benefit of the saving by dropping their fuel grade. I've got one guy that a guy that I know who did it. I can't remember. I think he drives a top end Porsche. He stuck to his premium fuel for a while before he eventually, what he called, put practically dirt into my engine. That's what he called regular fuel. So it's like putting dirt into your engine. But he did it. He's very happy. So you don't have to do that. If you don't want, if you're scared, you don't understand how it works, that's fine, but you can drop your fuel grade. Now I don't drive a high-end car. I drive a Dodge Journey, so it's I'm perfectly happy with that. But I do put premium fuel in it. You know, so that's something I no longer need to do. Don't need premium fuel with this whatsoever. So, but it's not a car that has to have premium fuel in the first place. I just did it because, you know, I want to look after my engine.
Well, I've got a Suburban, and it's a gigantic car, and I'm excited to use it now. Bruce has a 38-gallon diesel truck. So he just put these tabs in the other day, and we're really excited.
Right? He was scared.
He was at first, and then I showed him. And also the other thing that I found was interesting is it's not just the first time that you really start to notice anything. It's with each time that you do it, it seems to do better and better, right?
For a lot of people, if you've got a newer car, not so much. If you've got an older car, the engine is often furred up with gunk, you know, and so each time you put a tab through, it's cleaning it a bit more and a bit more. So a lot of people see that progressively, second, third, fourth tab, they're getting increased miles per gallon each time. So that's fairly common, especially with older cars. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, each tablet treats 15 to 20 gallons of gas or diesel.
Yeah.
So, and this says see optimum results after 2 to 3 uses. So we're just gonna pop these in.
So the test that I mentioned, the independent test, was done with 1 tab per 20 gallons, and that came back with 15 miles per gallon improvement. But yeah, so 15 to 20 US gallons. I have, you know, just in case you've got UK friends other than me, they might not realize there's a difference between a US gallon and a proper gallon that our Brits have.
So proper gallon, you had to throw that in there.
Yeah, but we in the UK we do it in liters anyway. We don't do it in, we moved on about 100 years ago. I know you guys are still, you know,
we're still stuck
but
in our own ways.
We do it in liters. Yeah.
So okay, so anything else you can think of? I think that's about all I had, like, question wise.
Yeah, I mean, really, Michelle, this is a no-brainer. You're going to save money. So one of my friends, I did a video with her like I'm doing with you. She saved $500 in the first 2 months. Right now, in fairness, she's a florist, so she does a fair bit of driving, a lot more than I do. I work from home, I live 10 minutes from the beach and 10 minutes from town, so so I don't have to, you know, drive so far too often. But I still like saving, 15-20%, no matter what I'm driving. But if you drive more, then 15 or 20%, whatever it is for your car, is obviously a bigger amount of money. So in her case, she saved $500 in 2 months. So businesses, especially the businesses, are the ones that tend to be driving the big miles. You know, people that are using their vehicle for work. So, you know, 15%. I mean, if you say to somebody, listen, do you want to pay full price at the tank every time you fill up, or would you rather have 15%? And if they say full price, they're a moron. Okay, just no other words for it. They are a moron. And that full price, of course, is going up all the time. So that 15% is going to be a bigger amount of money as the price goes up, and it's going up crazy fast all over the world. So to my mind, you really have to be crazy to not take this product, because if you don't take it, it's going to cost you. It would have cost my friend Angel $500 in the first 2 months alone to not have this product. My brother, he doesn't drive so much, but he's saving 20% every time he fills up. It would have cost him not quite 20%, because you save 20% less the cost of the tabs, and that's something we haven't covered. So people will be saying, okay, but how much are the tabs? They're less than $500 per packet, right? So listen, you can buy one bag. Show them the bag. One bag, that's $20. That's 5 tabs. That's 100 gallons. That's going to cover $20 plus P&P. It's $6 in the US. Now it varies from country to country. I'm not going to go through all the different countries, because most people on your friends list will probably be US. But now that's the most expensive way of doing it. Okay, so that's the most expensive way. You can buy multiple bags and it goes up to 8 bags, which is the cheapest way of doing it. That's the maximum you can buy. So 8 bags are $110 and free shipping. So I think that works out at $13.75 from memory for a bag without shipping instead of $20 with shipping. So that's the cheapest way of doing it. And then you've got everything in between. You can get 2 bags, 3 bags. It varies from country to country. Can't quite remember what it is in the US.
It is $13.75 if you buy it like that. So it would be $13.75
So
for
13.75 divided by 5. Do you know what that is?
$2.75.
Right. So a tab would cost you delivered $2.75, and then you're going to save 15%. Let's say, so you can work out the math. How much are you paying a gallon? $6
$4.19 here.
Oh, really?
Well, I haven't gotten gas in a while. Bruce usually fills my tank.
See what happens when you get the tabs? You hardly ever need to go to the gas station anymore.
I'm gonna have to fill up tomorrow. I'm gonna have to put it in tomorrow.
Right, now you can put, so a tab, by the way, for a larger vehicle like mine, it's a tab in the tank. For a smaller vehicle, a half a tab, it's actually got a cross on there, so you can break it into half or quarters.
Oh, okay. Mine is 23 gallons. My gas tank. So I'll probably be fine with one.
Yeah, I would do one. Occasionally you might throw in a half extra or whatever. So
but I'm also not on empty. I still have just over a quarter.
How much is that going to cost you to fill up then? 23 gallons.
I don't know. It stops at 100. Once it gets to $100, it stops.
You stop filling. $100.
No, it won't let me. The pump is set to stop at $100. The gas pump.
Oh, really? That's how they do it there.
Where at the Dandies, where I get it, that's what it does.
Right. Where we are, we have servants to put the gas in. We don't. You don't do that.
I want servants to pump mine.
I say servants, just tongue in cheek. It's the guy at the station. He does it for you.
We do have one around here that does that.
Yeah,
too.
which I quite like.
Especially when it's cold and snowy.
Yeah, we don't have that here, so I haven't got to worry about that. But we do have very heavy rain sometimes, so I just have to pull off and they do it. It's very nice. So you've got a pretty big tank. But $100, if you got my brother's saving, right, that would be $20 off every time you did that, right? And then you've got to take the $2.70. Let's call it $3 off that. Okay, so it's not all savings. You spent $3 or $2.75 or whatever for your tab, so you'd save $17 each time. Every time you spend $100 with that. Now, why would somebody not do that? But it'd be crazy. So to my mind, this is an utter no-brainer. You literally have to be on something strong to not do this. I don't know. You're watching a lot of TV or something, and it's just washed everything out of your head. I don't know. but for me, when I was told about my friend Carrie, Darla was first told me. So when she told me about it, I was like, within a few minutes. Actually, she asked me to look at it and said, so it sounds too good to be true. She said, can you have a look at this? So I looked at it and messaged her back 10 minutes later, yeah, do it. And I want to get some for my car as well. This is awesome. That was a little while back now, but this is just, it's just
sweet.
Why would you not do it? Why would you not want to get more miles per gallon from your vehicle? Especially with the way things are going, we might be struggling to get fuel. You want to make your fuel go as far as possible. And by the way, you can use it in your lawnmower. It gets a little bit complicated with the tab, so it's better to make it into maybe a 5-gallon container or something. Yeah. And then top up your mower and any machinery that you might have that uses gas. But yeah, you can use it in all these things, and you can cut more grass. What's not to love?
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about it, besides saving the money, is that I think a lot of us are looking for some type of assurance that it's not going to hurt our cars. And so I love that there have been, since it's been around since 2009 and there have been zero claims. I think that says a lot for
Yeah,
it.
and it's EPA registered.
Mhm.
It doesn't affect your warranty. But that's another thing. It doesn't.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a good little piece to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, your warranty is intact because it's EPA approved and all the rest of it, and it's not a problem. So
Sweet.
yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna affect your engine, yes, by improving it. That's it. You know, it's a little bit like you're running on the lowest grade fuel, and you're like, somebody says, you know, you're going to do much better with premium grade fuel. Oh no, because the premium grade fuel might damage my engine. No, it's better for your engine. No, better fuel doesn't damage your engine. Like, it's gonna burn cleaner, burn better. It's better. So that's kind of what you're talking about. You're just improving the grade of your fuel. That is all. You're not adding some weird stuff that's gonna, I don't know what they're thinking it might do, those people that ask that question. But no damage, just good results. It's going to clean your engine. Also, listen, people say they're concerned about the environment and all the rest of it. Well, if you're really concerned about the environment, right, most of us probably don't want to pay extra to protect the environment. We're probably not going to pay premium prices for food with less packaging, most of us, or detergents with, if it's premium pricing we've got to pay. Probably not. Here's an opportunity to protect the environment and pay less. Like, you pay less and put less toxins into our planet. And this is real toxins, not the made up carbon toss that they tell us from cows and what have you. This is real proper toxins that you can reduce. So, you know, you should be doing it just for that, really. If there was no savings at all, none, but it reduced the toxins coming out of your car, then we should be doing it just for that. But there's massive savings and reduced maintenance to go with it.
Perfect. Love it. Very excited.
I think when I told you about it, Michelle, like I told you a few minutes after I told you, you were like, yeah, I want it, right? Same as I was. It didn't take you hours and hours it's just really a no-brainer.
Well, I trust you too. I trust your judgment. I know you're a researcher and I know that you wouldn't recommend something if it had potential to be bad. So that was my first thing. My second thing was like, wait, what? Give me that. I need that stuff because, I'm paying a lot of money for because Bruce gets diesel and I don't even know how much diesel is, 5 or 6 something. I have no idea, but and again, his tank is 38 gallons. So I'm like,
well, there's another saving with diesel, so trucks and stuff. Now, I don't really know much about diesel trucks, but there's another thing that they have to add to diesel trucks called DFO or something like that.
oh.
It might not be that, and it's to reduce emissions or something. A lot of the truck drivers that have to put that in are finding that they're saving a fortune on that because they no longer need to put. In fact, I was hearing from a guy who thought and I don't know what it is, so please, I'm screwing this up. I know it's not DFO, but something similar to that. He's got some kind of reader that tells him, when he's got to put it in, and he thought his reader was broken because it was not moving. And he took it in to be checked, like, what's wrong with my reader? I haven't put any in for ages, and it's still showing I don't need to put any in. And they looked at it and said, no, it's all working fine. And it was just because of what this did to the fuel, he didn't need to put, and he was saving hundreds of dollars just on that. Before he got to his fuel. So that's another, I guess I should learn what that is.
DEF?
DFO or DFS or
DEF, it looks like maybe.
It might be DEF. Is there something called DEF? All the truck drivers will be thinking I'm an idiot now. I don't know.
We're truck drivers.
I don't think, I assume it's in trucks because I had a diesel car once and I didn't put any extra thing in, so it didn't appear to be on that. Maybe that's why it blew up. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I'm joking. But I don't remember putting any extra liquid in. But anyway, so that it'll save on that as well because of the way that it improves the emissions on your vehicle. I think it must be DEF. It must be something to reduce emissions or something. And another thing, some people in some countries, they have tests that they have to get their car through with emissions. and their car's too high, just use this and it will bring your emissions right down and pass the test.
Okay. Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, so if there's any other questions, I assume you're gonna post this video on your page where they're asking the questions. They can always ask underneath if they've got any further questions, or if they want to some testimonials from other people. I've told about my brother, but we've got loads and loads and loads of testimonials from people that have tried it, tested it. Some of them are very skeptical, some of them not so much, but who are getting great results. So we have loads of them.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. That's great.
Time.
No worries.